What's going on, guys? I am Kevin, and welcome to another edition of 7 with Kevin, where I catch up with everything that you've seen and watch stuff that you may haven't. So for February, I've been watching a lot of movies by Black directors, starring Black movie stars, just basically watching movies in honor of Black History Month, and I've covered 10. I'm going to cover 10 by the end of it. And I figured I'd do about five in this video and five in the next video. But before I get to those, let me just get the other ones that don't, fit in those restrictions out of the way first. And the first one is Boy Kills World. Oh, Boy Meets World was the popular sitcom in the 90s. This is Boy Kills World. And it stars Bill Skarsgård as a mute man who is avenging the death of his family by a corrupt government. Inside his head, us, the audience hears his inner monologue. And the voice of that person is done by H. John Benjamin. If you guys don't know who that is Archer from Archer or Bob from Bob's Burgers. He has a very, very distinct voice. And that kind of helps the movie in a way and hurts it in another. It helps it in a way is when the movie needs a comedic timeout or something funny is happening, and Bill Skarsgård will make a face, and H. John Benjamin will basically match that emotion with his voice. The times where it doesn't work is when the drama needs to set in and there has to be a scene that has to take itself seriously. And, H. John Benjamin, I love him. I love Archer. I loved what I've seen with Bob's Burgers, but he has a very specific tone of voice where if you're trying to be dramatic, you're going to kind of be pulled away from it. Um, the voiceover is not the only problem with this movie. This movie is very lackluster in most areas. The story is unengaging. The twist is kind of stupid. The acting's okay. We have Bill Skarsgård, who's always good, and he looks good kicking ass, and the action sequences are pretty good. But the script for this movie is really bad, and yeah, I just didn't jive with this one. I thought it was kind of boring and repetitive after a while, especially with the voice. There was a rumor that the original cut of this film that was screened before the release of this film into many theaters. Skarsgård actually voiced the inner monologue of that character, and that is a movie I would like to see. I think I may like it better because yeah, it wouldn't have the comedy and the drama moments of the film. I just think it would be a lot better. And I would give this one 2 out of 5 Billy Skarsgård hair pieces. My next film is I'm Still Here. It is nominated for Best Picture. It is nominated for Best International Film. While I think it should get Best International Film, Emilia Perez better not win that one. And this is coming from someone who likes Emilia Perez. I always want you guys to remember that when you're watching these videos. I never had a problem with Emilia Perez. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's over the top, but I like that movie. It was fun to watch. But anyway, when I'm Still Here, the big thing is Fernanda Torres. She is a dark horse within the Best Actress race. And here she plays the wife of a famous politician in Brazil. Her husband basically is taken for questioning, never to be seen again. This is based on the true story, and did not know that was based on true story. And it is heartbreaking. It is about corruption. It is about power, abusing power, and mostly it's about this woman, uh, Anushia Padilla. I know I'm killing that. I'm killing that, but she was, as I said, the wife of this man who disappears, and she has to step up. She has to take care of her family. She has to try to find him. Later in life, she would go on to become a lawyer and fight for the rights of those who have been wronged by the government. Uh, this is a testament to mothers everywhere. The phrase "Mama Bear," taking care of her cubs, really plays into this movie. She's not naive in the beginning, but she's a beautiful, middle-aged wife enjoying the fruits of her husband's labor. And, that all gets twisted around because then she has to step up to play. She has to take care of her family, as I said. She has to try to find her husband, just keep everything intact. I really thought this movie was really interesting. The family dynamic is also very good. That is what makes this movie work because when all the worry and the stress start happening, you feel for the family because for the first half hour to 40 minutes, you really get connected to these people. You get to see them hang around with other families. You get to see the father interact with the daughters and, do his thing as a local politician, trying to fight for the better of his people. I really enjoyed this movie. And yeah, Fernanda Torres is fantastic in this movie. I don't think she's going to win, but that should not stop you from checking this one out. I'm giving this one a 4 out of 5 Torres hair pieces. Got those two out of the way. I'm going to center the rest of my review, which is 5 films on Black Centered Films, and I'm going to start with The Front Room. The Front Room stars Brandy. Brandy's been in the limelight most of her life. She was on sitcom. She's a singer. She's an actress. I think she kind of took time off to have a family. Now she's back in this movie that was produced by A24. And the premise is pretty good. Imagine having to take care of a grumpy, racist, and basically overall mean mother-in-law. And that's the plot of this film. A lot of horror can be basically brought into that plot. We have Catherine Hunter. Catherine Hunter was one of the witches in the tragedy of Macbeth. She has a voice like this, and she can contort her body all different ways. Very good in that movie. Brings that same energy here. I hated her in this movie, so she accomplished her job as an actress. Absolutely hated her. Other than that, the ending is okay. It's kind of earned, but the rest of it's really disgusting. There's a lot of piss, shit, and any type of fluid that comes out of the human body used as horror. And I'm sorry, unless there is a strong character development and story behind all that, it's just disgusting. It's not horror. It doesn't, it makes me gag. It doesn't make me like feel the fear I want to feel during a movie like this. And Terrifier does it too. I know there's no urine or anything like that, but people say, "Oh, what about Terrifier?" But Terrifier has style, and this is a movie that does not have style, and that is the reason I'm giving this 2 out of 5 Catherine Hunter soiled hair pieces. Next is the American Society of Magical Negroes, and I'll say right off the bat that this film has balls. It mocks white people to the extreme. There's a really good origin story for how the stupid phrase, which is in every white woman's house, trust me, I grew up in a white neighborhood, and I still hang out with white people, and that live, laugh, and love thing, I despise that whenever I see that. I think it's so basic. And they make fun of that here and like how that affects one specific white woman's life. And that's the overall premise of the movie. You have a bunch of black people who are in the shadows and have magical powers, and their job is to basically keep white people happy because if a white person is upset, that can throw off the balance of the world for both everyone, especially minorities. The premise is ballsy, and maybe you have basically fast forward through this review already. You're not going to vibe with it. That is the thing. You don't like your race being insulted. Yeah, move on. But if you want to stay and watch a decent satirical look at the races, please do. And you have Justice Smith. He's in another movie I'm going to review next time. That's called I Saw the TV Glow. Here, he is using the same energy that he has in that film. His acting style is very mumbly, is very low. With this character, it works because he's supposed to be frightened of white people. He's supposed to be frightened of people in general, but his fearfulness fits the narrative well. The romance is so pretty cool. It's not only him winning her over, but also questioning, you know, if I fall in love with her, if I try to pursue her, that will knock off the balance of everything that's supposed to be and everything that keeps the peace. Some of these jokes are very clever in the way they're presented and they're written, but others are too loud, have the subtlety of a sledgehammer, if you want to say. But overall, it was something I wasn't really looking forward to watching, and I was pleasantly surprised, and I didn't hate it. I thought it was kind of clever in a way, and I'm going to give this one 3 out of 5 Justice Smith hairpieces. Another film that is nominated for Best Picture tells the story of a black reform school back in the 50s that had many skeletons in its closet. I'm talking about the movie Nickel Boys, and that's Nickel Academy. The hook here is that it is all filmed in first person perspective between two characters. So if those two characters having a conversation in the room, some of the conversation you'll see through character A's eyes, and some of the conversation you'll see through characters B's eyes. Now they do split up, but they're not always together, and you see the different perspectives. And this technique does work at times, and it really hits you emotionally. Other times, I thought it made the movie kind of drag. It is a very important true story. Another one I didn't know was true about a really disgusting moment in history at a place that was supposed to be a haven for troubled youth, for troubled Black youth. Um, Director Ramel Ross showcases impressive debut. I didn't really vibe 100% with the way he did it, but I probably vibe 70%. And again, it's an important story. You should definitely check out. And I'm giving this one 3.5 out of 5 nickel boy hair pieces. It's a family affair. In the piano lesson, we have Denzel Washington, his son Malcolm, who is doing first time directing duties, and of course John David Washington from Hustlers, or I forgot that HBO show with The Rock, and also Tenet he was in. Denzel Washington has gone on record saying that he would keep August Wilson's work alive. Who is August Wilson? August Wilson wrote the play based, that's adapted for this film. He did Fences and Ma Rainey's Black Bottom that Chadwick Boseman was nominated for an Oscar about 4 years ago. Uh, Here he is working with a story about a piano, and this piano has a legacy to it. It was built by the hands of a family member, and it's worth money. John David Washington wants to open up his own farm, and he needs the funds from, trading this grand piano in to do that. Now, there is a performance in this movie that is fantastic, and it is Danielle Deadwyler, and she's been doing a lot of good stuff over the last few years. I forgot the two movies that she was in that she was supposed to be nominated for. Again, she does crazy good work here, and there is a time when Malcolm Washington, the director, and her sync well as an actor, actress, and director. You'll know the scene when it happens. It is a fantastic scene. It does get a little too stagey at times, but this is Malcolm Washington's first film, so I'm really not going to hold that much against him. As they said, John David Washington's great. He sounds exactly like his father, has a little bit of his swag. Listen, no one really has the swag that Denzel Washington has. Um, yeah, all the themes of racism, class, slavery, everything that was seen in Fences and Ma Rainey's Black Bottom is here, and it is done well. I'm giving this one a very strong 4 out of 5. Washington family hairpieces. You want to know an actor who keeps impressing me every time that I see him? And I haven't even seen him on TV. I've just kind of gotten into this guy the last few years because he's been popping up in film. Talking about Coleman Domingo and this movie called Sing Sing. First of all, this guy is a beast of an actor. The opening intro to a movie, which usually acts as a hook to the audiences, it's him. It's him on a stage reciting Shakespeare, and he is so goddamn good. He doesn't really recite Shakespeare throughout the whole movie. This is not a Shakespearean movie. It's far from it, but it's just his confidence, eloquence, and speech. It's just perfect. He's nominated for Best Actor this year. He's not going to win, but I really can't wait till this guy gets his due. He's an incredible actor that I cannot wait to see more of what he is capable of, and I assume that he's capable of everything. But back to Sing Sing. Sing Sing is a correctional facility in upstate New York where they have an arts program. This arts program acts as a therapy to the inmates of that prison. And we have a actor called Clarence Macklin. Clarence Macklin used to be a prisoner at the facility. Now, this movie is based on a true story, but it's written in fictional accounts. It's a real place, it's a real program. Macklin is incredible. This guy basically did his thing there. He moved out, helped the youth, and now he is in a movie where I feel that he should have got a lot more awards for his performance than he actually did, including the Oscar. He is fantastic. Coleman Domingo's fantastic. And when you watch the movie and you finish it and you look at the credits, you will realize that there are other former inmates in this movie who are actors, all great. This whole movie has a very genuine feel to it. It's inspiring, it's never untrue, it's very authentic in everything it does. And I just, you know, it also shows the importance of art and how that can save someone. And that's what, movies, TV, books, whatever you love to do to entertain yourself, that's what it's all about. And really great movie. Should have been nominated for Best Picture. It was a popular choice in the summer when this came out. I think they should have released this further in the fall. Would have had a better chance. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna give this one a very, very strong 3.5 out of 5 Coleman Domingo hair pieces. All right, so that wraps it up for this edition of Seven with Kevin. Remember, come back and see what other Black Center films I have on the back end for next time. One of those films contains a performance by a Black actor who's lived his career in a very fast and furious kind of way. I'm not going to tell you what movie. Come back next time. I'm also going to be posting my written picks for Oscars. I'm not going to do a video for that. It's going to be too long if I do it because I will talk everyone's ear off. So you could just read that stuff. Will be up by next Sunday. Yeah, so follow us on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm sorry. We are everywhere. Come to the website where we always review and talk about the latest in video games, TV, and movies. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I love talking about film with you guys. Hopefully you take something from this and watch a movie. Do not watch The Front Room, though. Anyway, I am Kevin Muller. Thank you very much, and cheers.